What is up, everybody?
Hello.
How are you, Mike?
Oh man, I'm wonderful. It is great to see you. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Does it feel weird that I'm playing your band right now?
It feels right.
It feels right.
It feels right.
I think I was telling you I was at the gym earlier and I was thinking about this podcast and whatever. I'm like, we were going to plug your show. So I'm like, I'm going to listen to some Silverside. And I've always loved Silverside. And this is my favorite Silverside song.
Yeah, that's a good call. It's a great song.
Okay.
Yeah, that song is great.
Oh, dude, it's so good. Dan, for those who don't know, is the singer, guitarist, songwriter, mastermind behind Silverside, and he would always send me like mix and song critiques and stuff like that. And the first time I heard that song, I was like, dude,
Banger.
So we'll get to that original stuff in a little bit. But so Mike texted me, was it last week? I think it was last week.
It was last week, yeah.
Like if we did some sort of like podcast thing, and I was like, yeah, let's do that to talk about kind of what our regular week looks like and then how the weekends go, because we both play in multiple cover / tribute bands. Actually, here, I'm gonna actually put this up right now. These are the three that me and Mike play in together. So Shady Tribute, these are all the Instagram handles, by the way. Shady Tribute, which is an Eminem tribute, which am I pointing the right way? This is weird.
Yes, you are.
He why is it weird? There we go. He's the Eminem. I play bass and do backup vocals. Lala Band is Lala. We do like modern rock festival stuff, like pretty much whatever the fuck we want to do is what we play.
Yeah.
And it's fun. It's super fun. And he plays bass and that, does vocals. I play guitar and do vocals. And then same thing with Hairband Night. That's pretty self-explanatory what Hairband Night is. But yeah, so lately, I'd say over the past year, we've grown to be a lot busier than we were before that, because Shady's kind of taken off in a great way to where we're getting to play shows kind of all over. So we're going to kind of talk about the weekends and all that other stuff.
We figured what better way to take up more of our time that we don't have than let's start a podcast. Yeah.
Which is so true. Like we are so busy with everything that we have going on, but
we gotta bring the people in. They gotta know what's going on.
They gotta know how insane we are, because we are insane.
That's true. That's
so fair. Like last weekend's a perfect example. So we work like our normal jobs, have our families during the week, and then Friday we played in Ludington, Michigan. Is that how you say it?
That's right.
And it's like 5 hours away. Great venue. They took care of us. They gave us a house as a green room. I know you and your brother and Rich and Aton at the last minute ended up driving home. But me, Nick, and Ryan stayed there, and I stayed in the dungeon basement, which was actually way more comfortable.
Was it?
Dude, I slept through my alarm. That's how hard I've slept. I never sleep through my alarm. And this is the second time. The first time was in El Paso. We had a flight.
Yeah, but that day was crazy.
That day was crazy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, actually, let's talk about that. Let's talk about our last two. We've been to Texas quite a bit. So our last two Texas shows were one-off fly-ins. So we fly out like ass early in the morning.
Day of the show.
Get down there, play the show, and then go to bed, and then fly back the next morning. Or next afternoon. It felt like morning, but I had my alarm set, and I ended up waking up to the hotel, the front desk calling me saying that, your friends are down here looking for you. And I'm like, shit, our flight's in like an hour.
We couldn't remember what room you were in. We were going to go knock on random hotels.
Just bang on every fucking door. Like, who cares?
So we ended up at the desk. We're like, so can you call our friend? Our friend's room.
Thank God El Paso has a small airport, because we were still able to make our flight with plenty of time. But if that was a bigger airport, we probably would have been screwed.
I love Texas so much. Let's go back.
I know. And then last month we did a fly into Dallas and we played Lava Cantina, that might be my favorite venue
Yeah,
Like,
that is
oh,
beautiful.
it's beautiful. And there was that storm coming in when we were doing Stan. And so there's lightning all over the place.
And I get to sit side stage for most of that song. And I was just watching you guys perform, watching lightning behind Ryan and all you guys. It was poetry.
It really was. And
poetry.
The storm nerd in me was like, I'm like gauging the winds and all this stuff, but it's perfect. Cause like if Lava Cantina's here, there was a storm here and a storm here. It was like God or whatever higher power, Mother Nature, is a fan of Eminem. So that was
you had
great.
your Storm Raider on. You were fully locked in.
I'm not gonna lie, I did. I had my Doppler radar on. So because I was like, because for those who don't know, like it's outdoors, but it's covered, but the sides are open. So
a lot of people did get rained on. We
did not, but I was worried about lightning like electrocuting me. But listen, if I'm gonna die, that's the way I want to die.
That's the way.
Yeah, I would love that. So
there's no better way.
We can get back to Ludington. So
Ludington, Michigan.
Yeah, we played at Sticks Bar, which was awesome. And we're feeling good. We debuted a little bit of Houdini, Eminem's new song. So we were like listening to that on repeat.
It dropped at midnight that morning.
Yep. So we literally learned it in our green room house. But it was like an hour and a half before the show where they asked us if we could.
What did they ask us, Tony? What was that again?
They asked if we could cut out all the swear words. And
for an Eminem concert.
For an Eminem show. And
it's a lot of swear words.
I mean, to be fair, they were super cool about it. And they're like, if it's possible, can you do this? And I first thought they were joking. And I didn't see like any like there was no laugh, no nothing like that.
Nicest people in the world.
Yeah.
The owner, and they came up to us. Would you guys possibly be able to censor the lyrics?
But the main concern was that it was an all ages show, and there was a lot of, it's like an outdoor like fest kind of setup. So there were kids there. So I can understand the concern. It was just that like we're able to edit any other band that we're playing in, but for you and Ryan, who Ryan's the other MC, Eminem is so fast. And
we got to get Ryan on the pod one of these days.
Oh, we will. I'm sure we will. I'm sure he'll be on a bunch. For those who don't know, Ryan is also the lead singer of our band Lala. So Lala and Shady are the same people. It's just different incarnations of what we're doing.
Yeah.
But it's just not possible because there's the especially for you, the speed in which you're rapping and like the cadence, it's just not possible. And
I wish I could, but
and I'm not gonna lie, because when we started, it was kind of people spread out. There was really nobody up. Like there was a couple people up by the front, which ironically were kids. And we're doing these songs. We start, and you were just looking at me like, oh
dude,
my God.
I was like, I don't know if they're going to cut the power off. I'm saying a lot of inappropriate words in front of these children.
But as we started going, it filled in and it was packed. And
yeah,
I think one of my favorite parts about the Shady shows, because it might sound weird, but we do a lot of all ages shows, a lot. And seeing
children.
Yeah. And seeing the parents and these adults with these kids just having a blast to Eminem songs. Like who was it? Phil who said there was like a super like Catholic family that came out and they told their kids that they were allowed to swear that night only.
Yeah, they were talking to me. They're like, they teach at a Catholic school and they brought their kids and some friends from the school to the show. And she told them on the way, tonight only, you can say whatever words you want because we're going to go see an Eminem tribute band. And she's like, her son said, fuck yeah. Her 8-year-old son.
That's so cool. I mean, to me, like I have an 18-year-old son, and to me, the more that you make it seem like it's like swearing is bad, the more they want to do it. But the more you're like, listen, there's a time and a place for it. you don't want to swear all the time. Like, we both work professional jobs. Like,
Right.
we can't speak the way that we do in green rooms. You know what I mean? We
Right,
would
right,
probably lose our jobs or get sued. So, so long story short, the show ended up being ridiculous. Like, it was so much fun.
Dude, I haven't heard a crowd after our encore when they were chanting Shady. I haven't heard a crowd as loud as that crowd. That was nuts.
Yeah. And I literally was off the stage, behind the stage, checking socials, and it kept going. It kept going. And that was when I went up on the side of the stage by you. And I think I posted a video on the Shady Instagram where Shady underscore tribute, where you're like, what do we do? And I was like, nothing. Like,
Yeah.
if they want more, they'll come back next time. So that was, we were a little nervous. We were nervous about, you know, when you start a show and you kind of get something thrown at you like that, it gets in your head. But then as the show kept going, it was off the charts. The
energy was awesome.
Yeah, it was so good.
The energy that they had is really good.
It was so good. And then, so we do that show. Me, Ryan, and Nick stay up there. We slept for like 5 hours and then drove back. You guys came back the night, right after the show. And then we had the Lala show at 115 Bourbon Street on Saturday. And we added 7 new songs?
Yep.
And
was it 7?
It was 7. It was 7 total. And every single one of them slayed. And that, to me, that was my favorite Lala show that we've
probably
done.
Same here. Because it was intense and we didn't do any Shady songs. It was just 100% all Lala.
Yeah.
And all new stuff as well. So it was it was awesome.
It was awesome. And it was probably the most technical errors we've had on a stage ever. Like, all of, like, my guitar wireless fell out, and then my synthesizer that I have on stage for one song fell. And then when I was fixing it, my in-ears went out. Phil fell off the stage. Phil's Mike's brother, who's in Lala and Shady. He fell off the stage, but none of us knew until after the show.
After the show, he's like, "Did you see what happened?" I was like, "No, what happened?" He's like, "I fell off the stage." It's like, when? What?
He couldn't even really remember when. He's like, it was like somewhere around here. And Big Man Rich, our roadie, he saw it. He's like, "Oh, I saw it. It was amazing." But like, our sound guy didn't see it. Our lighting guy didn't see it. And credit to Phil. Typically, when something like that happens, we can hear. We all wear in-ears, so
right. So I've got a direct line to Phil's guitar in my ears.
Right.
And I noticed nothing wrong.
And you're standing next to him on stage.
Yeah.
But even with all that stuff that happened, like, I think, was it your wireless or your ears batteries went out or something?
Yeah, the whole bass guitar went out at one point, but
the whole bass guitar, and then Ryan's ears went out, and Ryan realized at one point that his shirt was on backwards.
His jersey.
Yeah, because he started the show wearing a suit and then went to his jersey. But
you got to have a good, classy wardrobe change, though.
Yeah,
any good show has a wardrobe change.
You're saying that as the front of an Eminem band. He had a lot of different styles. Are you going to start doing wardrobe changes?
I'm preparing them. Yeah.
Are you going to dye your hair and shave your beard? Go back.
I'm preparing it. Yeah.
Oh no!
And I got to wear the Britney Spears outfit. There's a lot that's going on right now.
That was actually Aton, our keyboard player, sent in our band thread. He's like, "I'm just saying," and it was just a picture of Eminem dressed as Britney Spears. So
it's always an option.
It is always an option.
It's always an option.
So that kind of gives everyone the gist of what goes into this. It's not like, I think people think of cover bands and tribute bands like, oh, you just show up and play. Like, there's so much more that goes into it. Like, we loaded in Michigan at 2:30. So we left Chicago at like 8 a.m. on a Friday during rush hour. Like,
yeah,
there's a lot that goes into it. The fun part is the actual performing. Like that's the fun part. But then there's all the other stuff that goes into it. But I had a blast this weekend. Like I thought both shows were like packed and energy was good, and I was so happy. Dude, 7 new songs and we didn't fuck them up.
No, it's like a weekend like that where there is a little bit of stress mixed in with it and the nerves of debuting new material, new songs for us, and being asked to censor your lyrics right before showtime. It's like little things in your head, but man, when that energy hits and those crowds were the way that they were, nothing better, man.
No, it was so much fun. And then
like Kenny sent us the Rap God lyrics.
Yeah.
Do me a favor. How do you censor this?
How do you censor this? Like, and that's the thing. Like, I was like, listen, we're not trying to be difficult, like at all. We were not trying to be difficult. It's just we can't do the show because the last thing you and Ryan need in your head is to be thinking. Because especially we've been doing this for almost 2 years now. It's like a year and a half. So there's muscle memory, and there's the way that Eminem crafted all these words and cadences. Like, there's a reason for it. Because
on top of that, it's like anybody who just happened to see that there's an Eminem band coming to town who wanted to pay money to go see the Eminem show, you can't let them down.
Right.
It's like they want that experience, and if they go there and you're not even swearing,
yeah,
it's kind of not what they're paying for.
And that could have been bad for us. Like if somebody took a video where you guys are overthinking and then we lose our spots in the songs, there's so many different things. So again, we totally, and everybody there was so great. The local crew was great. The bartenders were great. Everybody was awesome. And we
can't wait to go back.
Oh, it's going to be, that's one of the shows where it's like, I can't wait to go back, and it's going to be ridiculous when we go back.
Yep.
It's going to be off the chain. And
Ludington.
Yeah, it's totally cool little town, totally cool spot. And then speaking of Shady, the next show we have is why is this not working? What am I doing? I'm so new to this like streaming shit.
You're doing it smooth.
I'm doing it smooth.
Oh yeah, nobody notices anything's wrong. There it is. See, just like the pros on TV right there. Look at that.
But you know what I didn't put in there? The fucking date that we're playing. Come on, stand by.
Nobody even noticed that.
I did.
No, it was the perfect tag right there. That was beautiful.
What date is Friday? Friday, June
7th.
7th. We are professionals. There we go. Friday, June 7th.
Oh, we can cut that, clip that, cut it, redo it. Nobody will even know. It's the same. It's perfect.
No, it's staying.
Movie magic.
No, it's staying.
No, fix it in post.
Do it. We're doing it live.
Do it live.
We're doing it live. So Friday, we haven't been to this place. It's live at the lakefront in Michigan City. So we're there Friday, doors 6:30, show 8 p.m. All ages.
Bring the kids. Shady is for the children.
Shady is for the children.
Bring the kids.
I mean, again, it is so cool to see. I'm actually like surprised at. Remember, there was I think I reshared her Instagram story on the Shady page, but she was singing every word to every song. Like
every single song. The Spitfire stuff, man.
Yep.
Just I'm looking. We're locked eye to eye, and they're going straight right with me every word.
It
blows my mind every time.
And the most amazing part is that that doesn't fuck you up, because I've heard we've had a few people in our camp that would forget words at shows, and they would say it was because they were looking at the crowd. And so what this does is it pretty much eliminates that as being a rational excuse, because you're doing it. We should one day figure out how many words are in the Shady set and how many you are doing the entire night.
Oh my God. Yeah, well, let's do. Oh, we can do a giveaway. Anybody wants to count the words in a Shady set, get on the podcast.
Yeah.
Yep, free Shady hat.
Free Shady hat.
Just count the words. It's easy.
Yeah, it's super simple. They're like there with a clicker. There's no way. Because
No.
especially the way that Eminem raps. If it was like the mumble rap that's out right now, like some of that shit, it'd be easy.
That's just one long word.
Yeah. It's true. You're not wrong.
Yeah.
So, Friday, June 7th, live at the Lakefront, Michigan City. What is? I think it's got to be outdoors if it's live at the Lakefront.
That is a great question. It should be outdoors.
And the weather looks absolutely amazing right now. So that's a good one. There's some people that saw us in Ludington that are coming to the show too.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah. We always love seeing that. Like the first time we were in Texas, we did 3 nights in a row, and a crew of people from the first show in Waco went to Dallas and then went to Houston. It was just fucking
incredible.
Mind blowing.
Yeah.
Totally mind blowing. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. And just the segue now is we're going to talk about, because I was actually looking at, we just announced a show that's close to Detroit, and Kenny, he owns the company that has our bands. He's an agent, marketing, he's in all that stuff. He's like, the boost for that show's going up, so get ready for some shit talking. And sure enough,
here we go.
And we love the trash talking. Like, we feed on it. There's nothing that you can say that's going to make us feel insecure or question what we're doing. And I always tell people, you're helping the fucking algorithm. You're helping more people see the post. So by all means, keep going. But one guy's like questioning our originality because we're in a tribute band. And that's the thing, like, you're literally playing in 2 original bands next Friday.
That's right.
And like Shabs, our drummer, plays in an original band. Your brother is also in these other bands. Aton plays keyboards with, I think, everybody in the country at this point.
Yeah.
He was in an original band called Company of Thieves that was signed to Wind Up. I was in original bands. I have my own solo project now. Like, we all do that. Like, we're not just like playing in cover bands and tribute bands.
That's all it is. There's nothing creative about it, buddy.
But hey, cover bands can help finance the original bands. Like, I wish I would have known this shit way back in the day when, you know what it was like. Like, how are we going to finance an album? How are we going to finance a tour? It's like, we could have just been playing fucking Jesse's Girl and had no money problems and made some side money.
Mm-hmm.
But you have your show coming up.
Oh, yes. June 14th. Bottom Lounge, right?
Yes.
Oh, that says July.
Oh my God, dude.
It's okay. They didn't even notice. It's June. I said June. They read June. It's in the month. We'll fix it in post.
We're learning how to do all this shit. I'm just happy that I can hear you through these and that you can hear me through this, because we tested this yesterday and it was not fucking working.
Now look at us, functional gear.
Now look at us. Is that right?
Snap, June 14th. There it is. Bottom Lounge, Chicago, bottomlounge.com. Oh my God. Yeah, 17 plus. That is everything right there. It's Chains Over Razors, my band Fist to the Sky, my band Silverside, with the guy you heard earlier in this episode, Dan Zamanek. You may also know him from Louder Now. Shout out cover bands.
Oh yeah.
Tanzan and Southbound Beretta. It's going to be a crazy show,
dude. Chains Over Razors. Like, he sang, he was in an STP tribute band. Like,
insanely talented. Yep.
And the thing, like, this is the thing I love about Silverside. So Silverside has you, your brother Phil, that are both in an array of cover bands, tribute bands, and then you have Dan and Steve.
Yep.
That are both in Louder Now. So Silverside is all working cover band musicians, and in bands that are like killing it. Louder Now is my favorite.
They're incredible. They just
my favorite
always
cover
get
band.
better and better and better and
I
better.
know. I fucking hate them for it.
I know. Same.
And they're constantly like changing their set lists and like doing all this other shit. And
Yeah.
I feel like a fanboy. For those who don't, Louder Now is like the emo, pop punk, that kind of stuff. They were the first ones to do it. Like,
and that's why they're the best.
Yeah, and it's so much fun, and I'm looking forward to this show. I was so happy that I ended up being off that night when you guys are playing at Bottom Lounge, because I am absolutely going to that shit. I haven't been to like an original show because you know how our schedules are, like terrible. I haven't been to an original show in fucking forever. So I'm gonna go. Let me see if I can find the chorus again. So this is Silverside. So this is Dan on lead vocal from Louder Now. He plays bass in Louder Now.
Steve Zawicka on drums.
Is that in your set? Do you know?
Yes, it is 100%.
Thank God. I should have asked you that before, because that would have been.
It wasn't. I'm gonna say right now that it is. You bet your that is. Yeah.
You bet your sweet ass. And then this is. So who's in Fist to the Sky?
Fist to the Sky. Dan Zemanek is also there. He's doing bass and screaming. My brother Phil Sylvester. Obviously, I'm in that on vocals, and then we've got two other brothers, Tom and Teddy Munier. So it's a family-oriented band.
So
his family as well.
So is this you doing lead vocals?
Yeah, Fist to the Sky is me on vocals.
The song is called These Days. I think I'll end up, like, we'll talk a little bit over it, and then we'll get to the chorus.
Cool. Yeah, you'll hear Dan doing screams on this song as well, and he tracked bass as well, and Phil just riffing his soul out.
Yeah,
it's a lot of fun. June 14th, Bottom Lounge. Come on out, have some fun. Tony will be there. Maybe
I'm gonna be there.
Maybe we'll bring you on stage.
No.
Maybe we could get wasted.
We'll get hammered.
Yeah,
hammered.
Anybody who out there knows us knows we're the party ones. Am I right?
Well, I think we did this on Saturday, where we were pretending like we were hammered, which we like doing every so often. Which, for those who don't know, me and Mike don't drink.
Yeah, so
we're
not the party ones, but
we
like to pretend that we are.
Yeah,
talk a big party game.
We condone and we love other people drinking. We love everybody else drinking and having a good time. We just choose not to drink. But it makes it kind of fun to pretend like we're hammered. I used to drink a lot, but
I like watching drunk people because it's funny. So it's still fun for me. Yeah.
Maybe Phil was drunk when he fell off the stage. I think he was doing his spin shit. Man, I want to see if I can get some security camera footage of that.
I still can't believe I didn't notice that happened. He plays 5 feet away from me.
But again, to his credit, the song didn't get fucked up.
No, didn't miss a note.
Did not miss a note. So it worked out.
He's a professional. He'll rise above it.
If there's he is OCD with every single thing that he does. And I think that's something that allowed Shady to be as successful as it is that we are all OCD.
And it's part of that whole, you're in a cover band or a tribute band, there's no creativity involved in that. So many of these songs, bringing them to life where there aren't really guitar parts or ones that would translate live, and we have to improvise. We have to really focus on crafting tones. Like, how many times did you have to reshape your bass just to try and man, like, it's all intricate and there's a lot that goes into it, way more than just, hey, I can rap fast.
Right.
Let's do an Eminem band. It's just so much more than that.
It's way more. I mean, and you have like Nick Shabatera, our drummer. Like,
we got to get him on the pod.
We do, and we will.
Mhm.
We'll have one where it's like all of Shady, and we're just talking over each other and making stupid jokes. See, people think I don't want to like kill the allure of us. Like I
No,
think Shabs,
let's kill it.
like Shabs once said, he's like, when we show up to these out of town shows, like say we're in Texas or we're in Ohio or somewhere, it's like, oh, there's this hip hop group from the south side of Chicago. Like there's probably they have this idea of like our personalities and what we are. And it's the complete opposite. Like we are complete nerds. We are quintessential boys and we laugh at like potty humor. We have like Blink 182 sense of humor. And it's we can look cool on stage and we are cool in our own rights, but like the things that we love the most are kind of geeky. Like how many times do me, you, and Ryan quote The fucking Office?
All day.
All day long. Like on this little pad here, I just got this in today. But I'm gonna program like a bunch of like Michael Scott quotes because
that feels right. You have to do that.
Feels right at home. But like we're fun, we're a good time, but we're not like I think we've been in bands before where it was like all about getting hammered, all about the chicks, all about this other stuff. And now we're kind of like, we just want to play good. We want to put on a show, make people happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because creatively, there's so much going on. Like Aton's got to have all these different patches for his keyboard. Phil's got to have all this different shit. I'm lucky that I only have one bass patch, but there's so many vocal things going on because we have 5 vocalists in the band. So figuring all this shit out and then figuring the medleys and how to make the show flow, making sure that the show is entertaining, like with you and Ryan up front. Like you said, you guys can't just go up there and rap a little bit and sing a little bit and think that
call it an Eminem concert. No.
Right. No, and especially when we have our full production, like when we have Dan Davis on lights and stuff, it is a full spectacle. And that's what we're all about.
That's right.
We want to entertain people, make people happy. And that's, I mean, Eminem might go back on tour. I'm thinking, do you think he's going to go back on tour?
Dude, I know he's got like a couple of dates right now. Like he's doing like some race coming up. Did you
like
see that?
No, they're like one-offs?
Yeah, a couple one-offs. I think in Indianapolis, I want to say he's doing something. But man, when this new album drops, I think he's got to, I don't know if he's going to do a full tour, but he's got to do a little bit of a run.
Yeah. Yeah. And I just watched the video for Houdini yesterday and it was amazing. And it's already at like 40 million views.
Song is great. It's great.
Did you see he has the most subscribers ever in YouTube history? It's like 60 million.
No shit.
Yeah.
Insane.
This is why we like, here's how Shady started. Phil, Mike's brother, posted a video of which band was that did Rap God?
Fist to the Sky.
It was Fist to the Sky. Are you guys doing Rap God?
I don't know. Yeah, maybe you people have to come to the show and see if we do it.
Oh man. Oh, he won't even tell me.
Oh my God.
But I saw that and then reached out to Mike, me and Kenny, and I was like, I called Kenny. I'm like, dude, you need to watch this. Like, there's something here. And it just worked. And I'm like, hey guys, I have this idea. Me and Kenny have this idea. What do you think of it? And everyone's like, what the hell are you talking about? And it was like, no, this is gonna be so cool. It's gonna be so badass.
The first time you brought it up to me was we were at, I believe it was a Lala rehearsal. And I listen to rap in the car when I'm driving to these, Lala rehearsals or hairband night rehearsals. And just because it's so fun, I always loved rapping. And it's always been fun for me learning how to do those on the breaking minute. I'm thinking of finishing everything with this and getting those fast parts down was always just fun and stuff that I liked putting time into learning. So I would pull up to rehearsal, walk in, and I've still got that in my head because I was just practicing in the car. And Tony hears me and he's like, can you do that for us, a full set? And I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I've never done it. So we picked 5 songs And we're like, all right, let's try it.
Yeah.
Here we
And it's so much fun. I mean, it's so different than like anything that any of us have done before, because we're all in multiple bands. I also play in our country band. I sub with our boy band, and Shabs is in like four of the bands full time, on top of his original stuff, on top of all this other stuff that he does. And that's what made Shady so much fun for me, was like, it was a challenge. It wasn't like I used Jesse's Girl as an example before. Like, all that stuff is just, oh, you just learned this part. But with this, it's like, wait a second, how are we like, remember originally Ryan was going to be like a percussionist in the band, and like doing like auxiliary shit. And then
I say this on stage a lot, but it's true. I did tell the guys many times, we're going to need electronic backtracks.
Yeah.
And it's a bit we do in our show now, but it's real. I did tell them we're going to need that, because I couldn't picture how a band could recreate those beats.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was wrong. Sometimes you're wrong. It's okay.
This is the key, when you have to have the right group of guys that like, you have Phil spending the time to find the right tones. You have Aton spending the time to find the right tones. Shabs making sure, like, Rap God on the drums is insane. It's insane. All these different, and a lot of hip hop songs, they're not like a typical pop song where it's like verse, like intro, verse, chorus, second verse, bridge, chorus, outro. Like, these songs do not operate that way. Like Toy Soldiers, the verses are all different lengths. Lose Yourself, different lengths. Like, and it actually tests you a lot mentally to make sure that you're in the right place. Because again, it's not tracked. So we don't have cues or backing tracks that are guiding us. Like, we have a click in our ears that gives us time, so we can start songs without the hi-hat. But it really tests you as a musician, and it makes it more fun.
Yeah, 1,000%. And part of the reason I thought it was impossible was because it hasn't been done before. Nobody's doing a full Eminem tribute band.
Yeah.
So it's like nothing's possible until it is.
Yeah.
So here
totally.
It's like, Eminem's the only one doing it with his band. How could anybody else do it?
That's the other amazing thing. How many times have we seen comments where people are like, you can't do Eminem with like a live band?
Yeah. Guitars.
Yeah. And then you'll chime in every once in a while, and there's always pictures of Eminem with a live backing band. And here it is. And that usually shuts those motherfuckers up real quick. I know a lot of hip hop artists don't do that, but that's one of the things that makes Eminem awesome. He sees the value in that. And we're not just like, we're paying tribute. We really are paying tribute to Eminem. Like, he's on so many levels. He's the GOAT with so much shit that he does. Like, who would turn down $100 million to go on a tour? Eminem did, because he's like, I don't want to. Or I love that clip where he like asked his manager if he could buy a $15,000 watch because he didn't know if he had the money. And this was when he's peak Eminem. And he's like, I don't care. And even in that interview, he's not wearing the Rolex. He's wearing a $100 watch. Like, he doesn't care. He's like, if I don't want to tour, if I want to stay at home with my kid, that's what I'm going to do. Like, no one can tell Eminem what to do. And he still stays relevant. Like, Houdini.
I'll tell you what about Houdini, why I love that so much. Because for a while now, like a couple albums, he's been on this rappity rap for the sake of the art, just bars on bars on bars on bars, which is great. He's the GOAT at that, so go for it, flex. But man, returning to that old school, just that fun Eminem vibe, is so awesome and refreshing. Yeah, it's so fresh, and I love Houdini. I'm all in on it. I can't wait for this album.
The way he goofs on himself, especially in the video, like it is very refreshing that it is fun Eminem.
It's like hearing Without Me Again. It's like hearing all those old school, man, good vibes. Yeah. Just good vibes. You don't got to go hard all the time.
Yeah. And he's making fun of himself. I mean, that's like how, I mean, we do that shit all the time. I think if you can't make fun of yourself and take it when other people make fun of you, which we do all the time, like you're boring as shit and you're lame and your life is not as awesome as it could be. But that's where we're like legitimately paying tribute to the GOAT. And how many times have we heard people say they're like, we can't go see Eminem. Eminem isn't on a regular touring cycle and they love the music. So that's what we do. We're not in this to make money. We're in this to make money so we can finance what we're doing. And money's a completely, it's a nice thing on top, but being able to recreate what he does and
give people this experience as best as we can.
Yeah.
Man, because when you get people commenting, like on our last video, you can go see on our, I think it's on Facebook, on the Houdini post, somebody wrote, this show was better than the time I saw Eminem and Rihanna together. Now you are insane for saying that,
yeah.
but that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's why we give you a good time, give you a good experience, and hopefully people enjoy the show.
And that's the thing where even when we started this and I told everybody that you were the Eminem, they're like, what doesn't make sense. Even Hairband Night was playing at JMO's Live in Mokina, and on the break I ran into a couple buddies that hang out with Dan from Disturbed. So me and Dan were talking.
Get him on the pod.
Oh God, that'd be great. For those who don't know who Disturbed, they're like, arguably one of the biggest bands of all time. I mean, like 5 straight #1 albums or some crazy shit like that. They still sell out of
Sound of Silence being the biggest song ever written now for them, man.
Yeah, like they just kill it. And the cool thing about those guys is that they've always been really down to earth and humble. And I didn't want to talk about Shady to Dan, but my buddy's like, dude, you got to tell him about Shady. I'm like, oh no, I got to go up on stage in like 5 minutes. And Dan's like, what? He's like, dude, they have a live Eminem tribute. And Dan's face was just like, what the fuck? And I'm like, dude, and our bass player, he's like, yeah. I'm like, he's the Eminem. And I'm like, listen, I'm not going to try to sell it to you, like at all. I'm like, but we're going all over the country. It's selling really well. You either have to watch some of the videos or you have to see it live. He's like, I'd love to see this live. But with his touring schedule, he's like, I will catch it at some point. And I'm like, I'm not gonna sell it to you. Because any way I describe it to you is not going to do it justice. Right. And you and Phil, you and your brother are like massive Disturbed fans. And
I was too bashful to go over there and say hi to him. I just went back I was like, no.
And I
can't do it.
I told you, we're getting ready for the second set. And I'm like, Dan Donegan's here. And I told him that you were Shady. And he's like, and you were like, wait, who? And I'm like, he's like, did you just say who I thought you said? I'm like, yup. He's like, oh my God. Because I was like, let's bust out a Shady song.
Yeah.
Which we used to do it in Lala. And I think we may have done it once or twice with Hairband Night, but we don't do that anymore. Even Saturday at Bourbon Street at the Lala show, like there were those girls in front of you.
Yeah.
That were just like, Shady. And people are holding up like on their phones.
She was holding up Lose Yourself for like 3 songs straight. And I was like, not tonight. We're not doing it tonight. So she went back to her phone and lifted up Superman.
Yeah. Oh, I saw that too.
Yeah. It's like, nope, so sorry.
Zero Eminem. You can come see the show. You can come see the next show. So, but yeah, I have so much fun playing with Shady. And while it's growing and getting into like different markets, it's so fun because a lot of times we don't know what we're getting ourselves into. Like, remember El Paso where it was like 40 degrees outside? And it's like 15 minutes before we play, and it's an outdoor thing outside of a casino, big ass stage, big production. That crew was awesome. That local crew was great.
Yeah.
And I'm like, listen, guys, it's 40 degrees out. It was like 82 days ago. Let's just do our show. And we get up on stage, the intro hits, and it was like the fucking floodgates opened. And there was like all these people, they were all waiting inside the casino until
Speaking Rock, right?
Yeah, Speaking Rock. And
Mhm.
it was just like, I'm like, oh, it's on now. Like, this is gonna be we're gonna do our show if there's 5 people or 5,000. But it's a lot better when you have that many people that are into it. And that's something that I noticed with Shady is that, some of the bands we play with, and you always have, like, there's definitely some people that are like really into the music, but most people are just having a good time and they kind of know the song they're dancing. With
Mhm.
Shady, it's a whole different level. Like, everyone is so engaged.
Yeah. Super fans. Super
Super,
fans.
super fans. Super
And that
fans.
kind of energy between super fans and reacting to the songs that we pick in our song list, our set list is, man, there's nothing like it. It's crazy.
No, it's so much fun.
Hmm.
It's so much fun. And that says a lot about Eminem himself too. Like, he has, like, we're seeing literally 9-year-olds sing every word, and we're seeing like 60-year-olds sing every word, male,
Shout out
female.
Donna. Shout out Donna.
Oh man,
That was a
from
good time.
like white girls, white women, white, black, Mexican,
Hmm.
doesn't matter. Like, there is literally no, and that's something that's great about Eminem is he crosses so many different demographics, and that's why I say he's the GOAT. I think he's the GOAT.
100%.
Yeah.
That's what at Sticks over the weekend. I asked those kids, they were all in the front row. I was like, just shout it out. How old are you? What are your guys' ages? And it was from age 6 to 13 to 10. It was so many just little kids.
Yeah.
And isn't that the beautiful thing about music bringing us all together?
Yeah.
Because there was people much older, obviously,
Yes. Yeah.
and much younger, and it doesn't get any better than that.
There was a woman right in the middle that had one of those like holders for a baby, and she had like an infant.
Yep.
And she was going, it's because it's fun. It's not like gangster rap, which I love gangster rap. One of my favorite albums ever is Bone Thugs and Harmony, East 99 Eternal. And I love Tupac. Those are like my two like original rap influences.
Yeah.
But it's a little bit harder and it's a little more serious, which Eminem has some serious stuff too, but it's more invigorating serious. And and then he has his goofy stuff, which is like, it's so much fun. But I remember doing Shake That, and just kids losing their minds and their moms were behind, just like shaking their butt. I'm like, this is what it's about. This is absolutely what it's about.
So, Tony, what is your favorite song in the Shady set to perform?
Oh, you asked me this last August when we were in Houston, and I think I said Rap God or Godzilla. Lately, like Without Me just destroys. But I still think, especially since we added some different elements to Rap God, I still think it's Rap God, because Rap God like tells a story and the vibe goes from being like chill to like heavy, especially the way that we do it. So I think I'm gonna stick with that. And I like the Kill You medley that we do.
Kill You is so much fun.
Yeah.
And the look on people's faces when we say those words is sometimes shock, but that's why he wrote it that way.
Yeah.
And it delivers.
And it's Kill You, Criminal, and then White America.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like,
that's a fun medley.
And like, I just love, like, White America has like that sleazy groove to it.
Yep.
That I love it. But if I had to pick one, I'm still on Rap God.
Rap God's fun. You can't argue that. That's a fun one.
What about you?
Mine has changed recently.
Really?
To maybe a predictable choice, but man, Lose Yourself.
Oh, yeah.
It's just so energetic every single time.
Yeah.
The crowd explodes.
Yeah.
Blow! Snap back to it's insane. So
it is. That's
right now, Lose Yourself is my top spot.
Yeah, that's especially when like everyone knows it's coming at some point. It's coming.
Yep.
And then when it starts, you just feel,
That
especially when they right away they
Yep.
start singing the first lines of the song and it's loud. Like when we can hear it through our in-ears, like loud, that means it's loud as fuck. Like
So I picked that one with a close second being Forever with Drake. That's just fun. That's a party song right there.
It doesn't make you sad that you can't do the Drake part. Mike loves Drake, by the way.
Yeah, that does make me sad. Thanks for bringing it. Thanks for bringing that up. You know that's a sore spot.
I know. What about the new Lala stuff?
Okay, favorite Lala. Lose Control was massive sounding.
Yeah,
massive. I love that, and I love this one isn't new to our set, but kind of, but not as new as those. The Kid Cudi.
Oh yeah. And dude, this was the first time that's the synth song that I play synth. And usually I'd be facing the side of the stage. This time I was facing the front because when we would do it before, I could never see the crowd reaction. And this was the first time I saw the crowd reaction.
Did you like that?
Oh,
cool.
It was wild. I mean, I've seen videos of us doing it before. And I'm like, okay, yeah. But that was wild. I think Shabs has had this medley idea for like a year and a half for the encore. And we finally did it. And it was Stressed Out into Clint Eastwood by the Gorillaz into Sabotage by the Beastie Boys. That was
insane.
Insane.
Yep.
Insane. I loved playing all the new stuff. Like we were all talking about it the whole time we were in Michigan. Like, can't wait to play the new Shady or the new like Lala stuff, which we always add. We're always adding stuff to Lala, but never in a group that large. Like adding 7, one of which is a medley. Crazy went over fucking great. We had a Crazy by Gnarls Barkley.
Yeah.
I also love playing Hysteria by Muse.
Oh yeah, that's a really fun one.
Like
that one catches people off guard. I feel like they don't expect that one coming.
Yeah. Even though we do a little bit of Muse in a medley before. My Body always like fucking crushes. I love every song in the Lala set.
We took out Dua Lipa. I love that song though.
Yeah. We had to take out a bunch
because
we took out MGK, which is fitting for guys that are also in an Eminem tribute. And what's the song where you drop tune your voice like this?
Oh, 21 Pilots.
21 Pilots. You can tell when a musician has new toys because they do stuff like this.
No, that's not a toy. You can really manipulate your voice to make it sound like that.
You can. And dude, the reverb, there's like 4 different reverbs on here, and it sounds pretty good.
That does sound good.
Like I might actually use this for when I'm recording vocals.
Yeah, you probably should.
Yeah, because I don't know if anyone, like I have like my drum kit and I have my actual live amps, pedals right there. My cat is up there.
You talked about everybody's original project except for your own.
Because mine's mine.
Ow.
Mike texted this to me earlier. He's like, "Yeah, bring up Gravity Prevails if you're going to bring up, Silver Side and Fist." And I'm like, I don't like play shows though. But my original thing is called Gravity Prevails. It's on all streaming stuff, and I just do everything.
And it's awesome. Go listen to it. Go stream it. It's beautiful.
And I got some newer, since I've gotten into like the world of synths and all that other stuff. Me and Mike are both obsessed with a little band. They're like an independent band called 9 Inch Nails. And
maybe you've heard of them. Maybe not.
Maybe you've heard of them. But and it's especially once I started really getting into the 1975, which everyone who's around me knows that I'm obsessed. And it was the deciding factor in hiring our Shady sound guy was the fact that the second I never heard him mix shit. And then when he was tuning a PA to the 1975, I was like, dude,
that's the guy.
I'm like, you are hired. You are hired.
That's the guy.
So like a lot of synthy weird stuff. And I just like creating.
Shout out Steve Eldridge.
Get
him on the pod. Yeah.
And we missed him last week because he was out. He got the opportunity to go out with one of his favorite bands as he was filling in for their sound guy. So I'm glad to have him back, even though the crew in Ludington was great. They were
Yes,
so
they
good.
were.
They nailed it.
Mhm.
They nailed it. So yeah, I'm excited to have Steve back, and
Yeah.
so we can geek
When
out about
when does he
the.
come back? When's our upcoming show again?
I feel like he's going to be there Friday. I thought he said he was only missing
So
Michigan
he's
and
back.
then Bourbon Street.
So he's back Friday, June 7th.
Friday, June 7th. He'll be back Friday, June 7th at live at the Lakefront, Michigan City, Indiana. Doors 6:30 p.m. Show 8 p.m.
Oh no,
All
it's only.
ages.
Oh, there
Oh,
we
did
are.
you lock up? There you are. There you are.
It like okay, we're back.
Something
Yeah, they didn't even notice. Smooth.
something I did get, which I ended up getting 2 of them. Maybe I'll give you one. You can run your internet right into your computer, so then it's not on Wi-Fi. As I pick my nose,
Ooh,
so you don't have to worry about like dropouts and shit.
hell yeah.
I'm
Awesome.
just pissed off that you didn't freeze in like a stupid face.
Well, you froze first on my end, and then I was
Oh,
like,
I did.
yeah, but then I went down, but I don't even think they noticed. It was pretty smooth. We recovered nicely.
Yeah, I mean,
It was like Phil falling off the stage. Nobody even knows it happened.
or like my keyboard just completely falling over. And I looked back and like when my synth fell, I just heard it. I felt it on
Yeah.
the stage. And Eitan's like, I didn't do it. It wasn't me. I'm like, no, it was just the bass.
Yeah,
It had whatever. It's Spinal Tap, dude. Like,
yeah,
but we're so used to, we've been doing it for so long. Like, shit's gonna go wrong.
right, exactly. It's gonna happen. Shit will happen.
Yeah.
Recover. Be all right.
And we usually make fun of each other when somebody fucks up.
Yep.
Like, if I fuck something up, I always look over at you and you're already looking at me laughing. So, well, let's kind of like wrap this up. What I want to end up doing is doing these live. So it'd be like live on Facebook, live on Instagram, Twitch too. That's another thing I didn't even think about because I'm so out of touch with the live streaming stuff. But
Yeah.
and I want to start doing them live because then we can get comments in real time. And if like people have questions or if people want to talk shit to us or anything really, or if they don't want to say anything and just listen to us talk like idiots, that's fine too. And we'll end up bringing in, we know we have so many friends in the industry, and we'll start bringing them in and just kind of give like more of a background, like what it's actually like being in a cover band, a tribute band. Because I think even when I was just in original bands, I used to go to Bourbon Street all the time, and like I'd go up every time Hairbangers Ball was playing. I'd go up every time 16 Candles were playing, and I was just like, "Oh, it's good, it's like easy. You just go up there and play whatever." And then when I got into the world of cover and tribute bands, I was like, "This is different. This is not what I thought it was going to be. Like, it's a serious thing. It's a business."
Yeah.
And with so many different moving parts and so many things that are thrown at you all the time, and you just have to adjust. But that's what keeps us on our toes. It keeps it interesting.
Yeah.
Like when they're like, "Hey, can you guys not swear or talk about anything?" It wasn't even just the not swearing. It was like keeping it like family friendly, which even the songs that there may not be swears, but there's some adult content going on.
A PG Eminem show, first of its kind.
Listen, we will do it.
Yes.
For somebody if they really want it, but it's going to cost like 20 grand.
That's right.
And here's the reason why. People are like, "Oh my God." You're asking the 2 singers that are doing thousands of words a night to completely relearn everything. And that takes time. And that takes a bunch of rehearsals. And time is money.
But we'll do it, no problem.
For 20 grand.
20 grand.
20 grand. But at that point, it's like, who would want that? I don't think I would question if somebody's like, "I'll pay you 20 grand to do it." I'd be like, "For what?"
Right.
Like, is this a goof? Are you trying to set us up for something? Like, I'd be paranoid. I'd be totally paranoid.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're gonna hopefully get this more, what do you want to call it? Organized, scheduled. Like, I think Wednesdays are good, and then we can figure out about going live. talk
Yeah.
about all this other shit and bring some of our friends on.
Yeah.
You know, it would be even better if we brought people on that weren't our friends.
Oh, I could think of a bunch of people.
And we're nice people. We are, but we have a lot of people that don't like us. And
sometimes people don't like us, and that's okay.
that's why Mike makes these shady wristbands. I don't know if you can see that. It says,
"Oh yeah."
I'm doing this backwards. It says shady versus everybody. That's kind of our unofficial slogan.
Yep. Come to a show, get some wristbands.
Yeah. And look at it, it totally fucked with my lighting scheme. I'm all bright now, dude. It looks like those lights are actually shining on my face.
You mean they're not?
Maybe they are, dude. And shout out to Mike for coming up with the logo for this. I had like a ghetto one, and then literally 2 hours ago, he just sends me, and I'm like, dude, that's it.
It looks better when you posted it than when I sent it.
That's
fine.
It's still you, baby. It's still you.
Fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Yep.
Everything's fine. Okay,
Nothing
cool.
to panic about, yeah.
All right, well, let's say goodbye for now until next time. And if anybody next week, yeah, I think
we'll have updates on how this June 7th show goes, so stay tuned listen on that.
And then even though we're off the following weekend, I also work at 115 Bourbon Street, so I'll be there next Saturday for whatever the fuck's going on up there. But then we'll be at Bottom Lounge.
Ooh.
Friday, June 14th.
Get your tickets.
Get your tickets. It's going to be so much fun. And I don't drink, but I'll buy you a drink. If you come and you say that you saw this, as long as you're of age, I need proof. I need to see. I don't know if they wristband people, but I'll buy you a drink if you say that you saw this and that's why you came. That's what she said.
There we go. Now we can sign off.
Just wait. Next week is going to be all office the whole time.
I've been waiting. This was good. It just needed more Michael Scott.
It's crazy. Yeah. That's the longest we've ever spoken without an office reference.
Yeah.
We're getting like professional now.
No.
Yeah, I better slow the fuck down.
Yeah, chill.
Chill the fuck out. All right. And I think like my cat Lois has just been like staring at me like, what the fuck? Wait, let me see if I can.
Where you at, Lois?
Wait, I'm gonna totally.
There you are.
Hold on, I'm gonna try this. I got a bunch of new toys here, so I'm gonna see. Okay, so I can make the focus like this, and then. She's got one eye open. She's like, "What the fuck, dude? Come on."
That's the lowest cam right there.
The lowest cam. Speaking of, I have my security cameras in my house, and I watch her when we're gone on the road.
Oh yeah, you got to keep it.
I used to like call her name and say her name, but then I felt bad because she would get all excited that I was there.
Yeah,
that's what I love about animals. They are always excited to see you.
Yeah,
always. All right, cool. Well, we will see everybody next week.
All right, love you all. Thank you for tuning in.
Let us know if you have anything that you want us to talk about. I don't give a fuck what it is. Minus politics. We're not talking about politics.
We'll talk about it. Let's talk about it.
We'll see. We'll see where this goes. If we get Joe Rogan level, maybe we'll throw in some politics.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I have the time for that shit right now.
No.
All right, y'all. Later. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm closing it out with I'm gonna close it out with Fist to the Sky. Right. We're left off.